Alfred, the city's safe.
Excellent work, sir. Gotham's villainous contingent has been brought to task yet again. You should be immensely proud of your achievements. The city is forever in your debt.
It's time for nightfall.
On June 19th, 1992, Warner Brothers rekindled Batmania by releasing Batman Returns in theaters. It was a huge success, but Warner Brothers wasn't finished with Batman yet. In September, they released what would become one of the most historic and groundbreaking Batman series ever, Batman, the Animated Series. Batman the Animated Series was a clear departure from anything Warner Brothers had done with a Batman cartoon. It was stark contrast from the campy and goofy depictions of the animated Batman from years previous. Batman the Animated Series was dark and gritty. It handled mature themes and took Batman to a much darker place. And the fans loved it. With real comic book writers such as Bruce Timm and Paul Dini doing the scripts, it became the definitive Batman series. But was it just the new tone and the adult-themed storyline that shot the show into the limelight, or was it something else? Admittedly, the stories were top-notch, but they were just words on paper. In order to bring them to life, Warner Brothers needed the right person to say the lines, to understand the complexity of the one man who would carry the show. They needed to find the right Batman. After listening to hundreds of auditions, one man stepped from the shadows of the stage and blew the acting directors away with a take on Batman that was exactly what they were looking for. Kevin Conroy would be the new Batman. Having a fresh and unique take on the character was just one of the reasons he became a great voice actor. Another was his ability to diversify and play more than one character at a time. The animated series lasted for 5 great years with 109 episodes. During the series' run, Warner Brothers used Kevin to produce several video games such as Batman Vengeance and Rise of Sin Tzu. They also did feature animated films, most notably Batman Mask of the Phantasm, which was released in theaters in 1993 and is one of my personal favorites.
I couldn't save her, Alfred.
I don't think she wanted to be saved, sir. Vengeance blackens the soul, Bruce. I always feared you would become that which you fought against. You walk the edge of that abyss every night. But you haven't fallen in, and I thank heaven for that. But Andrea fell into that pit years ago. And no one, not even you, could have pulled her back.
I still remember how excited I was when Kevin signed my DVD. After the animated series, Kevin did Batman Beyond, where he mentored a new Batman as an aged Bruce Wayne. This series also got a feature-length film called Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited also featured Kevin as Batman, although his participation in these series was kind of limited and he didn't appear as much. It could be argued, though, that in the episode Epilogue, the Season 2 ender of Justice League Unlimited, the writers decided to give a satisfactory close to the entirety of Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond. It was one of the best Batman stories ever told, in my opinion.
When I was little, Cadmus used to make me play all kinds of games, but they weren't any fun either. They'd strap me into their machines and poke wires into my brain. Ace, can you move this object with your mind? Yeah, I can move it. They weren't really games, you know. They were training me, turning me into a weapon for justice, they said. They got their weapon. I got cheated out of my childhood.
I know what that's like.
You do, don't you? You don't have to answer. I read your mind. That's how I knew you weren't going to use Mrs. Waller's weapon on me.
No, I wasn't.
You were going to try and talk me into fixing what I've changed. Before I die.
Yes.
I'm dying very soon.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Could you stay with me? I'm scared.
He sat with her until her time came.
After the dust settled on the animated series, Kevin continued to do feature-length animated movies, and a few of my particular favorites were Gotham Knight, Justice League Doom.
My actions don't require any defense. In the same situation, I do it again.
Oh, come on!
As individuals, and even more so as a group, the Justice League is far too dangerous to lack a failsafe against any possible misuse of our power.
We use our power to protect the world. We always have.
And what if we ever used it for some other purpose? If you people can't see the potential danger of an out-of-control Justice League, I don't need to wait for a vote. I don't belong here. What do you want?
You made contingency plans to stop everybody in the League just in case any one of us ever went bad.
My contingencies were intended to immobilize, not kill.
But Savage came up with a plan to bury you.
I assume so. It wasn't one of mine. Was that it?
With all that talk about unchecked power, you're still so arrogant you didn't bother to come up with a plan to stop yourself.
I do have a plan. It's called the Justice League.
Just wanted to be sure.
What is it?
If the League ever did go over to the wrong side, I want there to be somebody I can trust to keep the planet safe. Even from me.
And The Killing Joke.
God damn it. Well, what are you waiting for? Kick the hell out of me and get your standing ovation. Come on!
No, not this time. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want either of us to end up killing the other. But we're running out of alternatives. Perhaps it all hinges on tonight. I don't know what it was that bent your life out of shape, but maybe I've been there too. Maybe we could work together. I could rehabilitate you. You don't need to be alone. We don't have to kill each other. Let me help you.
I'm sorry, but no. No. It's far too late for that.
You could also spend hours listening to Kevin's Batman voice as you played new games such as Injustice 1 and 2, DC Universe Online, and in my opinion, the ultimate trilogy of Batman adventure, the Arkham series. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City.
Every decision you've ever made ends with death and misery. People die. I stop you. You'll just break out and do it again.
Think of it as a running gag! No! Are you happy now?
Do you want to know something funny? Even after everything you've done, I would have saved you.
That actually is pretty funny.
And Arkham Knight.
You're not playing at all.
No, I'm not. Not anymore.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means this is the end, Selina. It means we can. I can.
I will see you again, right?
No one will. Gotham needs something more, something worse to defend her. She needs a new myth. A legend more powerful than I can be right now. A legend that can only rise from the ashes of the Batman.
Some things you can't do alone, Bruce.
And some things you have to.
If you've ever wanted to feel like Batman, the Arkham games were a total immersive experience, whether it was finding your way through the asylum, hiding in the shadows, soaring over the rooftops in the city, or driving the Batmobile in Arkham Knight. These were the best Batman games, and they were each brought to life by Kevin Conroy. Kevin continued to voice Batman in other series and games. He even had a live-action role in the 2019's Batwoman show as a broken Bruce Wayne, although it didn't end well for him. Kevin's final Batman credit was this year, 2022, for the Warner Brothers Multiverses online game. In total, Kevin Conroy voiced Batman for a little over 30 years, doing cartoons, video games, and movies. If anyone ever asks me who my favorite Batman is, I'll always say Kevin Conroy. For me, he is the definitive Batman and always will be. He's who I hear in my head when I read my comics, and I'm sure I'm not alone.
You've been a good friend. The best I could ask for. You were there at the beginning. And now, you get to see how it ends.
On November 10th, 2022, Kevin Conroy passed away after battling intestinal cancer. He was 66 years old. In the coming days, I'm sure we'll see many tributes like this one, recalling the life of a great man and how he touched us all with just his voice. I'm very sad at the loss of such a great voice actor, but I am also so grateful for experiencing this treasure for 30 years. Thank you, Kevin. May you rest in peace, my Batman.